Hi yogis, thanks for joining us. I'm Kelly here with Hydra Yoga, and I'm joined with my friend Beth. And,
everyone.
And we're going to give you a tutorial before we go into both power and version flow. I've been working inversions into my weekly practice because usually 2:30, 3:30 is a good time for me to refresh my body with a little bit of exercise, kind of that post-lunch, get your metabolism flowing. And inversions have always been recommended in the afternoon because the sun, and especially this sun here in Northern California, is so bright that it can just bake you and fatigue you. So you need to bring that energy, cool the energy that gets stuck in the upper body and bring that back down through the body. And so that's why inversions are recommended in the afternoon. So one thing that happens is people get stuck when they try to do their forearm stand on the wall. So this is to show you, and maybe you may be doing this at home, how you can use a partner, and eventually you can launch yourself into your forearm stand outside the wall. It's a long process, and neither of us are really there completely, so you're not about to see two perfect yogi models doing the perfect poses for you. You're about to see two people on a journey that are sharing their practice with you, and this is kind of at the edge of my practice where I'm trying to learn too. So before we begin, I wanted Beth to share about her practice, because she actually does naked yoga here at the resort that we both live at. Is a naturalist resort in the beautiful Santa Cruz hillside, and it's called Tantra, is what the kind of work she does in her practice. And Tantra can mean a lot of things. I was exposed to it when I studied Watsu, which is a really intimate kind of nurturing exercise massage that you do in the pool. So I'm really happy to bring her into my practice here in Los Gatos and in Campbell, and we'll give Beth the floor to tell us what Tantra means to her.
Thanks for the opportunity, Kelly. Well, first, Lupin Lodge is a nudist club, clothing optional, and my naked yoga is happening every Saturday. And to be able to do yoga a la natural in nature is a completely healing experience, and I've been doing it for over 15 years, East Coast and West Coast. And my Tantra, I teach couples how to find intimacy and connection through breath, sound, and movement through a white tantric ritual. So the couples yoga has postures that you're supporting each other through, as well as learning body language of when you need to tap out, and ultimately how to use your sexual energy to be co-creators together. And that once the COVID thing is lifted, we can go back to doing that one, unfortunately. But we're back doing yoga outside.
I really think that Tantra is so important in today's culture, not just between couples and sexual energy, but between yourself and your connection to yourself. And also because I feel like there's a lot of toxic energy around sexuality, and so it's just a beautiful thing and quite normal that you would reach to a therapist to bring healing and bring a heightened sense of communication, not just connecting to yourself, but obviously connecting to your partner, connecting to your close friendships. Yeah, so really excited to have her. So to celebrate, that connection that we have, often a teacher is using a kind of a Tantra presence of compassion, non-judgment, and not pushing the student too far when they're supporting them in their forearm stands. So this is going to be a forearm stand tutorial. So let's get started. We'll come to our mat. And then the main posture that you're going to try to achieve before you try to get into your forearm stand is your dolphin. So if your shoulders are achy, just give yourself some cat-cows left and right. Stretch that neck out. Just gonna go for a ride. Forward and in. And when you're ready, launch up into your down dog by tucking the toes, lifting the hips. And here we're gonna continue to open the shoulders by reaching one arm out towards the side of the mat, pressing your hips to the opposite side. Work to duck your heart and head through the opposite shoulder. So I'm reaching to the left, reaching to the right, and ducking to the left. And then they call this walking your dog as you press your right hip and reach your heart through. Often people just pedal the hamstrings, which is important, but you can really pedal the whole body when you're down dog practice. And you may be seeing my shoulders are really flexible, so I'm making sure I get as deep in there as you can. Okay, wonderful. Now this might be the moment where you realize forearm stand is not available for you yet. Try to walk your elbows down to the earth. Come up onto your toes. Press your heart through. And feel into your core. This is your dolphin. Squeezing through the inner thighs. Feel the base of the pelvic bowl pull in and up. Very important, feel the diaphragm lock up into the rib space and keep working to press that heart through the shoulder. Breathe deep into your abdomen. Wonderful. And that's your dolphin. So that's going to set you up for practicing your forearm stand. Now, if Beth would like to spot me, I'll show you how you can bring a partner into your practice to spot you safely in your forearm stand setup. The concept is to move away from the wall, but you can use the wall if you don't have a partner. So I recommend, if I'm lifting my right leg, put this foot forward, put your right foot forward, thank you. That way, you saw she had the other foot, but the right foot forward is going to present a kind of invisible wall here for her to have a sturdy base. And then you're going to just practice. This is also the trick with forearm stand. You practice reaching your right foot up and over. And once my right foot stacks on top of my hip, she'll catch it on both sides of my leg with her forearm. You lost your stance. Poor girl. She hasn't done this until today. Yes, and then you'll launch the other foot. So it goes pretty swiftly. I'll show you how it's done. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's true moments right there. I'm glad I didn't kill you.
You're okay. You want to try it again?
You're welcome.
It's just like, keep that stance. I think what's tricky is that I'm so confident in this posture that at no point do I feel like I need to come back down, but it's good that I have that level of confidence, and even though I guess I wasn't strong enough to hold it, she did perfectly at guiding my body down safely. So yeah.
Should I then just wait for you to come fully up and then just be there for you as a false wall? Like, since you have that confidence, like, I feel like I'm getting involved too soon after what I heard you just say.
No, your involvement is normal. So, you know, what they do technically is you fall forward into your wheel. So I would be able to extend my right leg all the way over. So don't catch me here, just watch me. is I'd be able to extend my foot all the way over into wheel, and that's supposed to be the, I meant to do that kind of fall out of forearm stand. But then again, this is something that your partner, your teacher needs to know that you can do wheel as a backward bend, because it is an extreme backward bend that many people can't do. So it takes this level of communication, it takes this level of awareness to, and just non-judgmental. She's not trying to force me into anything. Non-judgmental, non-forcing, but just like holding the space for your partner. Okay, should we try it again?
Take two.
Woo!
Nice and strong. Nice. Down?
Okay, down we go. Alright.
No, good.
So with your practice in Tantra, do you have any comments on how that kind of, the teacher or the supporter or the receiver, how it mimics a little bit of what you do in your practice?
Definitely. There was a lot of body language there, and we communicated about it. Like I was saying, I felt like I was getting involved too soon, and actually I did take a step back, even though you said, no, you're doing it fine, but I let you get into the posture. So like just letting you have your own strength, and then coming in to support and to let you hold it longer or whatever, even just the demo, maybe you didn't need me to hold it stronger or whatever, but no, the whole communication, that was perfect.
I think that's really cool that you touched on that. When you said maybe I'm getting involved too soon, you have to have confidence in your practice. You have to realize that at no point are you going to do enough push-ups, enough chaturangas that then you have power. You really have to believe that you have the power. Don't think that this posture is unattainable, that posture is unattainable. You just keep practicing. And sometimes the strength is not there, and I did have to think to myself, okay, strength, biceps, core,
I felt that. I felt it go zip, 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 zip right up your body. It was awesome.
Yeah. So I think so much, we think of like the term core power, and we need power. We're trying to get power. Power is not something you get, it's something that you have. And so you think, just pull that mantra into you of strength and this or that. That said, forearm stand, you're going to have to do a lot of chaturangas. You're going to have to do a lot of dolphins before you get into forearm stand. So don't think you can just waltz right into these postures.
Which is my truth. I cannot do it.
You can too.
I can do dolphin. That's it.
You can too. And we're gonna do this flow of power with some play of inversions. And I'm gonna get her there, and you're gonna see it. Like we're gonna document it. The last thing I wanted to say was that zipping up that you felt of my strength. That's really cool to see, and I learned that from David Greaves in my Ashtanga Yoga series. Is you're not just pulling into the core line, the literal muscles and tissues, but there's this shashuna. There's this kind of rising of the I don't know if it's technically Kundalini energy. I think it may be.
Yep.
The
central pathway of everything. The nervous system undulating and making energy, our cerebral spinal fluid that nourishes our brain and organs. It's like everything.
The vagus nerve.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're actually, when you work with inversions, you're actually zipping up that line. So it's not just kind of show-off yoga. There really is something deeper behind the practices. Okay, thanks for joining us. Thank you. Bye.